Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Coming up on FST News, find out about a Las Vegas local who's giving a helping hand to the future of robotics.
Also find out how one class on campus is getting ready for a successful future in careers in technology.
Good morning. Today is February 27th. I'm Jack Halovich.
And I'm Kaylee Goodwin.
Dexter, at first you might remind you of a show or an insult, but now a robotic arm by the same name is changing our future. Reporter Lucas Turner tells us more.
Dexter is a modular robotic arm with a variety of applications and extreme precision. It can utilize a variety of attachments such as a vacuum tube, a pen, or even any 3D printed part made to fit on the end. Inventor Kent Gilson says that it will even be able to build itself.
Dexter is a project I started about 5 years ago to create a robot that could actually build itself and therefore build kind of anything else. So the idea is they could reproduce.
According to Gilson, Dexter can accomplish this goal of building itself because it's made of 3D printed parts along with being operated by a supercomputer to make movement as precise as possible.
The actual physical architecture of the machine is designed around being able to be 3D printed. And that's very difficult to do and keep a precise robot. And so the other really big advantage that we've got is we've got a supercomputer. It's an FPGA. It's called a Field Programmable Gate Array, which is a parallel supercomputer that allows us to do signal processing or be able to process the information coming from the sensor systems so quickly and so precisely that we're able to measure out the mechanical errors of the actual system.
Dexter is precise down to 5 microns, or 5 millionths of a meter. In comparison, human hairs are about only 100 microns thick. It is also so sensitive to touch that it can detect a cotton ball being dropped onto it. A way that this could apply to the average user, Gilson says, is to eventually incorporate this technology into video games.
A very high-resolution sense of touch. And because of that, the device also acts as a haptic interface. It can actually either apply force or it can feel force. So you can use that information, that touch information, to turn this into a high-resolution haptic game controller. So you could, two people with two remote Dexters could actually have a sword fight remotely and actually feel, the swords banging together.
The project is currently being funded through Kickstarter. If you want to learn more, follow the link on fstnews.com. For Lucas Turner, this has been Noah Farrar, FST News.
Thanks, Lucas and Noah. Hopefully Dexter can become a reality and change the technology industry.
Now on over to Falcon Features with the one and only Amanda Leake for everything going on here around the hill.
Our Falcons traveled over to Desert Oasis High School to compete alongside several different schools. Our team took first place not only because of their score, but because they were the only band in the Scholastic World category. Their next competition in the American Drumline Association is on March 10th over at Durango High School at 3 p.m. Our varsity winter guard team also dominated in their latest competition. The team traveled over to Liberty High School to compete in the Winter Guard Association of Southern California. The Falcons took first place in their category with a score of 64.86, knocking Arbor View High School down to second. Their next competition is on March 9th here at Foothill. CTE classes are meant to prepare us for careers in technology, and that's exactly what the forensics science class is doing. On Friday, every first-year student in the forensic science class participated in mock job interviews. The second years of the class did screening interviews, which had general questions for each student, and the third and fourth years did subject matter expert interviews, which had special questions depending on what career you were interviewing for. Every first-year student had to do at least 6 interviews, and they kept track of their progress with a scorecard that the interviewer would mark. That's all for Falcon Features. Join me again every Monday for highlights on clubs and activities around Foothill. Back to the desk.
For Falcons who haven't had a chance to stop by Foothill's library recently, you might want to. Librarian Susan Ball is in the process of making big changes to the layout of the book genres in the library, and she has just finished this fiction section. Stop by the library and see the change and how easy it is to browse the fiction section.
When we come back, find out about the new sports seasons ahead.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Sports starts now.
What's up, Falcons? Spring season is upon us, and so is tryouts.
Starting off with track, today long jump tryouts start right after school at 1:30, followed by the running events tomorrow. Tomorrow's tryouts begin at 2:30.
Diving into swim, there is a parent-athlete meeting Wednesday at 6 p.m. in room 254 for all the swimmers and divers who made the team.
That's all the sports news we have for you today.
Catch us tomorrow, Falcons. Now back to Jack and Kaylee at the desk.
Jobs. Earlier, Amanda told you that's what the Career and Technical Education Department's overall goal is at our school and in the state of Nevada. It's CTE month in Nevada. In fact, the governor proclaimed February officially CTE month. You saw the CTE program at work earlier this month with the alleged murder scene in the quad during lunch. There are many classes offered at Foothill High School that are tasked with teaching you a skill and preparing you for the workforce. This program, video production, along with forensic science, culinary, business, graphic arts, fashion, and health science are all programs that are designed to challenge you in preparation for the world ahead of you. Every morning on this program, you see CTE at work. The managers of Foothill Student Television, Christian Calderon, Amanda Leake, Summer Reyes, Ariel Byras, Angela Eli, and Katie O'Phelant all traveled to Desert Pines High School, along with advisor Matt Mayhood. On Thursday, they participated in an online radio show highlighting the program. If you want to learn how to be successful in the workforce and learn awesome skills at the same time, consider registering for a CTE program. Check out the Foothill High School course catalog or speak with your counselor for more information. If you really want to take a look, stop by a program before or after school to speak with the program advisor.
Just a quick reminder, there is no school tomorrow for anyone not taking the ACTs. That's all the news we have for you today. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at FST News.
When we come back, the first-year broadcast students have some world events to update you on.
And I'm Jana.
And I'm Cordell. Welcome to FST News National Edition.
Over the years, social media has changed incredibly. We can communicate faster every day while we focus on our devices and think that interacting online is normal. But we believe that the only way to communicate is through our phones. USA Today College states that in the year 2012, 1 in 4 people would go on social media rather than talking in person. According to www.nrmedia.biz, generations are learning how to connect and talk easier face-to-face. However, social media is replacing that daily face-to-face conversations. The communications over social media is affecting our friendships negatively. because teens are finding it hard to socialize in person, easier to text.
Kids are being introduced to social medias earlier and earlier in their life. While most companies like Instagram or Snapchat require the user to be above the age of 13, this requirement can be easily avoided. Since the social medias have no way of detecting if the user is telling the truth about their age, it is very easy for the person to adjust their online age to access whatever it is they are trying to access. These restrictions are there for a reason. Social media is full of photos, videos, and other content that may not be appropriate for users under this age.
Illegal drugs have been a problem for a long time. These drugs have affected teens in so many ways. According to drugfree.org, 31% of high school dropouts use illegal drugs. We all know that drugs themselves affect teens, but other drug users can affect teens as well. Peer pressure is a big factor of why teens start using drugs. If you or someone you know is using drugs, know that there are many treatment options available to help.
A child's mental health is challenged when their parental guardian acts abusive towards them, damaging them psychologically, and in some cases, altering the course of their life forever. It doesn't matter the race, religion, sexual orientation, or gender that vary, a child could still become a victim.
According to www.dosomething.org, more than 4 children die from child abuse and neglect on a daily basis in the United States, and 5 children die every day at the hands of child abuse. If the guardian is involved with drugs or alcohol, suffer from an emotional disorder, or even was a past victim of abuse themselves, this type of behavior could indicate that a parent could be abusing their children. Bringing awareness to this matter is essential to the victims who are unaware that they are victims.
The epidemic of U.S. obesity continues to constantly grow and worsen through the years. During the 19th, data from DDC started that only 12% of Americans were obese. At the end of 2016, NBC reported that 30% of adults were obese and 17% of teenagers, according to news media. The progressive expansion of fast food restaurants and neglect of health are major contributing factors of obesity. These contributors will not die down anytime soon as they continuously expand through the U.S., keeping obesity an issue.
Today, lake mead levels are at an all-time low thanks to the drought in southern Nevada. According to the Southern Nevada Water Authority, Lake Mead water levels have dropped more than 100 feet since the drought began in the year 2000. Only a fraction of rain ends up at Lake Mead. According to USClimate.com, Las Vegas only gets an average of 4.7 inches of rainfall. However, Lake Mead gets most of its water from the Spring Mountains. Water is a valuable resource. Some ways you can help are turning off water when not being used. According to news.stanford.edu, too much homework is associated with greater stress, reductions in health, and less time for family, friends, and other activities. Not only is this affecting the kids, but according to www.cnn.com, this is also affecting the whole family because it puts stress on the parents as well to help their children with their homework if they're not understanding it. Based on this information from www.huffingtonpost.com, some ways to help reduce some stress from homework would be to have a change of mind, to stop multitasking and focus. I'm Jade Hinobio, back to you at the desk.
While the graduation rates are at an all-time high, dropouts are still a major problem. According to DoSomething.org, says that every year 1.2 million students drop out of high school. This is usually caused by teen depression. Many teens that drop out of high school don't have a good job, and some don't have jobs. Once you drop out of high school, it's hard to get back in and to finish it. In Nebraska, it is the highest rating of high school dropouts to make sure that you keep those grades up. The heat, something everyone and even us Nevadans have to endure every single summer, but have you noticed that temperatures during the summer have slowly gone up over the years? According to lifescience.com, the average temperature of the Earth has risen between 0.4 and 0.8 degrees Celsius, or between 32 and 33 degrees Fahrenheit. The website also states it's possible the average Earth temperature could increase to between 34 and 44 degrees Fahrenheit by the year 2100.
During school hours, bullying is in effect. Although bullying can happen off school property, it is mainly known to happen within. According to StopBullying.gov, the effects of school bullying can include depression, low self-esteem, and avoiding school. Bullying is known to have long-lasting and harmful effects for both the victim and the bully. Raina Sampson from the University of Albany says the most effective ways to prevent or lessen bullying require school administrators' commitment and intensive effort.
For centuries, random disappearances have been happening in the Bermuda Triangle, aka the Devil's Triangle. In the last 100 years, 20 planes and 50 ships have disappeared, and 1,000 people have died or disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle.
It is explained that the hexagonal clouds have covered the area of the Bermuda Triangle that is on the corner of Florida and Puerto Rico. These clouds create winds of 170 miles per hour that are called air bombs. These deadly blasts can take down trees, ships, and planes. Colorado State University senior research scientist Dr. Steve Miller said these clouds are a common phenomenon that occur globally. Although this does help explain the Bermuda Triangle, it is still unknown why these are more common in that area. Students that don't ride the bus may not know that some buses separate boys and girls. The buses that do separate boys and girls prevent students from sitting with their siblings of another gender.
Sometimes students are more comfortable sitting next to their sibling, and that rule keeps them from having the best experience on the bus as they can.
Thank you so much for joining us for our first show.
We are really proud of what we've done for you here on the show.
Goodbye, Falcon. See you next time on FST News.